We're back. We're back. Part three with Chanel Fields, y'all. It's been a great conversation. I mean, she's like, listen, we probably need a whole 8 hours to touch all the various topics we have talked about already. Dealing with forgiveness, daddy issues, abandonment issues, just being taken advantage of, overcoming obstacles, getting counseling, getting the help you need. Chanel Fields, she's really opened up her the book of her life and allowed us to enter into her world, and in turn we are getting some great gems. You definitely want to go get her her book, which I'm gonna put up here. She got a couple of books here, but listen, you gotta follow her, look for her name everywhere. Chanel L. Fields, powerful woman with a powerful testimony. And she's also the founder of Compassion Moss. Listen, I got my sea moss, I got my ginger shots, and I'm getting in. And this part 3, we're going to focus on that segment. So if you didn't watch part 1 and part 2, it's on my Instagram wall right there. And I'm going to be sending on YouTube as well. So I'll send you the link. Just look for the link in the bio in about an hour or two, and we'll get that rocking on. But without further ado, we're going to bring Chanel back on here, and we're going to talk about her company, Compassion Moss. Let's get it. There she goes. She in here. Compassion Moss. All right. Okay, she right there. There he goes. There we go. There we go. All right.
Hey,
All right. All right. All right. Thanks for joining us back for part number 3.
no problem.
Listen, like we could talk forever. Right? I mean, I feel like I'm in counseling right now, just hearing all the gems you dropping and how you overcome so many things. I tell you, this definitely is a interview ordained by God, because it did not go the way I wanted to, and that is great, because what was needed to be said and focused on is being done right now. So we give God the
Right.
glory. I want to definitely touch on your, once again, I want to, people see that book up there, The Power of Forgiveness. Go get it, because I know
Definitely.
if we don't deal with it ourselves personally, I'm quite sure we know somebody who do.
Okay.
That'd be definitely a great gift to get somebody, and a great read for ourselves, because we constantly have to continue to forgive. It's a lifetime thing to forgive. So it's not
Yes,
just
that's true.
I forgive once and I'm done. I have to forgive no more. No, we gotta forgive
Forgiveness
continually.
is daily.
It is
Yes, it's daily.
daily. Something always
Mm-hmm.
happens daily.
Mm-hmm.
But standing back off, we were talking about before about compassion and
Mm-hmm.
just having a compassion of God. That even opened you up to forgiveness. Here, later down the line comes birth your Compassion Moss. Now,
Mm-hmm.
talk about this whole journey. How did you get on this health trip? Where did that come from? Where Compassion Moss come from?
So, CMOS. CMOS is like, to everybody else, the new wave. I got introduced to CMOS back in 2001. I got really sick. And my landlord at the time, her mother was from Jamaica. And
Okay.
her mom, she would come over and she was like, like, what's up with that child, upstairs, like,
Right.
she's sick, and she was like, she has lupus and things like that. And her mom, I would get so sick, her mother would make me like this fish eye soup. It actually had like fish eyes, and I was like, oh, I ain't eating that. But she was like, Charlie, did you feel better? So I would eat it. And I'm telling you, it was like I would lay down feeling miserable, but I would wake up feeling like $500,000. I was like, yo, that's amazing. Like, whatever she got in the soup is like amazing. And, she would give me like Irish moss and like, she just showed me a better way to eat, more healthy, because, as the Jamaicans say, we come from yard, so she was from over there. Like she's born and raised there. So she was like constantly giving me, Jamaican food, Jamaican delicacies to help my body get healthy, and, to do away with medicine because she's old school Jamaican. And she was the first person that put me on to sea moss. And I thank God for that because I had the opportunity to see what it looked like back then, to know and recognize what it don't look like right now among a lot of people that's selling sea moss. And so I began to see this whole wave. It's something that I did down through the years for certain people that would ask me to like make it for them. And it was only like 6 to 8 people, and that was here and there whenever they would ask. It was never a business. It was never intended for me to do it as a business. And I started to see a lot of farmed, what we call farm sea moss, a lot of sea moss that was not raw and like wild crafted sea moss. It was fake sea moss, going around. And not only that, I saw like, a lot of videos, like even YouTube videos and things. I'm like, that ain't even real sea moss that they got in the video. Like, that's crazy. And I started looking at different things. I ran into certain people who would tell me that, they're selling sea moss and stuff like that. And I noticed that they were pooling it. And I was like, yo, if you're pooling it, then it's going to get like some sort of algae around it. If you're pooling it, that's considered farming. And so when it would get the algae around it, they would simply pour chlorine in it to rid the pool of the algae. But who wants chlorine in their porous sea moss that's going to go into their porous body? So I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like what's being done. I don't like what I'm seeing being done. And then, as time went on, I just decided to make a video to educate people as to what real sea moss look like, and, where it comes from, how it's harvested, and what it's supposed to, how you're supposed to prepare it. And from there, in that one video, I got 41 orders that night to do sea moss for people, and it was it was meant to really be like an education video. And I said yes, yes, yes. I just kept saying yes to the ones that would ask me, not realizing that number had reached 41 by the close of the video. The next morning when I woke up, I literally was up to 70 people requesting sea moss. I'm like, wow, like I don't even have but so much sea moss on demand right now, and I typically use that for me and my family. So I keep maybe about 3 to 6 months worth here. Thank God for that, because I could definitely do the 70 orders, right? I'm like, yeah, 70, I could bust that out. I still have some left for me and my family, but by the close of that day, I was up to 119 orders for sea moss. I was like, yo, is this a joke? Like, this might be a joke. This just might be like, a placebo, like a one-time hitter, whatever. And by the close of that week, I had 171 jars of sea moss sold. So I was like,
and that was all from the video, generated from the video.
Yeah, for one video. One video did it. One video of education, one video of telling people how sea moss works, what it can do for your body, how it healed, hypothyroidism and me and different things. It ended up being 171 jars sold in the first week. I was like, oh, okay, this ain't nothing to play with. Like, I got to go get more cases. I didn't even have enough cases of mason jars to fulfill the orders yet. I was like, I just got to get a handful of jars. Like, I got to really get some cases, and the second week it was like 200 jars sold. I was like, oh, this is really, really awesome. The third week, it was like the same thing. The fourth week, it was the same thing. The fifth week,
wow.
Yeah, that high horse came down real quick. It was only like 70 orders. I was like, oh, okay, the wave is gone. Like, this is the real number, but by that time I had, started the name, I got the name together after that first week. Like, I was like, God, what should I call this? Give me the right words to say, because this thing kind of took me by storm. We out of work. I'm not doing the television interviews. I'm not doing none of that, but I still have a family to provide for, and God, he spoke to me like, with love and kindness have I drawn thee, and name it Compassion Moss. I'm like, all right, compassionate. I like that. I like the sound of that. I'm like, Compassion Moss. That's what it is. And my son, he drew that beautiful logo that you guys see. My son made that logo, and in
Nice.
that logo, those states, those islands are Saint Lucia on the left and Jamaica on the right.
Okay.
Because that's where the sea moss comes from. The purple is from Jamaica, the Irish gold is from Saint Lucia, and the bird represents the freedom of our health. Like, so that we don't have to do medicine. We can heal ourselves, through taking the right products, just from things from the earth. Like, our medicine is nature. So that bird is a representation of the freedom, of that. And for us to have good health. And so like I said, business plummeted down in that 5th week, so it was like, don't get accustomed to the selling 200 jars. And so I got accustomed to that was the real number. I said, okay, the real number is like 70, but it would dance back up to like 100, get me excited a little bit. I'm like, okay, and then it come back down to about 69, and then, it'll jump back up to about 112, and it come back down to about 50, and then it come back up to about 130. So I was like, this is a little roller coaster. I see how this little roller coaster is working. And my cousin said, why don't you share some of your juice and stuff with her? I'm like, nah, and I've been juicing for well over 20 some odd years. Like, seriously, it was always a thought, but I didn't know if I wanted the responsibility. But it became a labor of love with seeing people get healthy. So I said, you know what? Let me start with the ginger shots. And if I get a good review with the ginger shots, then maybe I'll introduce juice too. Man, I joke a lot, but I said I don't know what the Lord did with Popeye's chicken sandwich, but He is doing it for me with these ginger shots. And the ginger shots went to the roof. People begin to call me, like, telling me my blood pressure is down. My doctor took me off medication. He took me on pressure medication. I've been on it forever, and I've been dying to get off this blood pressure medication. Now my doctor's taking me off. I said, well, praise God. Like, I never had a blood pressure issue, so I didn't know that it could heal blood pressure, issues and modify it. I knew it could lower pressure, but I didn't know it can heal it. And I was just like, wow, that's one person. But when 19 people later came with the same testimony, I was like, yeah, like, we on to something here. I was like, this is amazing. What a blessing it is to have a product that really, really benefits the people, to where their own testimony is preceding anything that I have to say, and they're just spreading the word. I don't have a website, but the way that God is blessing this line is outrageous. So I can only imagine that if I had a website, the multitude of people that, would probably come, because this thing just sells itself. It sells itself. And I wanted a line that could be affordable. I didn't want to break the bank. I wanted where a situation where the whole family can have an opportunity to be healthy. I'm not in it for the money, because I constantly give back. I constantly bless my community, and where I live, even where I used to live, even where I don't live. Like, I just follow the assignment. Like, what I'm saying? If I feel led to do things, like, I shared with you before, a lot of the reasons why we get hurt, and not to come back to forgiveness, but just for a smidgen, a lot of reason why we get hurt sometimes is because we love doing good things. Like, we as people naturally are inclined to do good things, but what we have to learn how to do is to do God things. And God things are good things that God tells you to do, that you'll never feel bad about doing, because He assigned you to do it. So you never feel bad about doing it. Good things are the things we keep on trying to do, and we get hurt. Like, I did this for her, but God never told you to do that. He's
Right.
trying to get that person's
Absolutely.
attention, and He can't get that person attention if you're playing the superhero. So you gotta do God things. So this line is strictly about, like, not to be preachy, because I'm not a preacher, but I'm very spiritual, and the line is solely about, like, just really doing right by God's people. Like, and we need to see a distinct representation of Black business that don't extort Black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Absolutely.
like, and I was so sick of that. I was really sick of it, to my stomach, of seeing us, like, jack prices up so high that our fellow man can't afford it, but we still want that support. I said, I refuse to be that kind of businessman. If I do it by myself, if I go alone, I'm still okay. But I'm going to set the tone for our people that, hey, I'm not going to extort you. I'm going to make it so affordable that if you want the right to be healthy, boom, it's here, boo. I don't, I do everything. The sea moss is 100% uncut. It's only enveloped with cinnamon, royal cinnamon from Africa. I don't take no shorts with it. I don't dilute anything. None of your juice is diluted. Somebody asked me, like, do you cut it with water? No, I do not cut it with water. There are no preservatives. It is extremely cold pressed juice. It's 100% juice. I wanted to name it nothing but the juice, but somebody had that name. So, but it is literally 100% juice, uncut. You know what I'm saying? Undiluted juice. No
And
powders,
it tastes
just
better than
pure
that brain out there
juice.
naked. It tastes better
Yes,
than naked bread
it's
too.
pure juice.
Yeah, that
And
naked stuff
so
got too
and
much sugar in it.
yes, and that's the beautiful thing, because this is all natural sugar and people are seeing results, and it's a purely alkaline line. Everything is alkaline to keep your pH balance together. Some for those of us that suffer with like any pH thing, this keeps your pH together. It keeps you from having any phlegm. There's no milk in the products. Everything is hemp seed pressed, down into milk, or old hemp. Yeah, that's, the other brand I use as the substitute when I don't have enough time to soak the seeds and to press it down. But the line itself is completely alkaline. It's completely affordable. It's completely made with love. Like, it's really a labor of love. Like, I pray for you guys when you order, like, whatever your ailments are that need to be healed with that sea moss, that it goes forth and do what it needs to do. And same thing with the ginger shots. Just getting us all healthy is the goal. And I'm a very compassionate person, and I wanted that line to be a direct representation from the way that the product is made to even you receiving it. Like, I don't send nobody in my place. You meet me. You know what I'm saying? You meet the founder of that product, and there's nothing more I love than to roll up to somebody's doorstep and they actually get to see me. Like, oh, you came? Yeah, I'm here. Like, how you
Wait a minute, so
doing?
question: where's your factory located at? Because you got a lot of product over here. If everybody can see,
It's
what
here in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
what is it, like a 9,000 square foot place or something like that?
Try like 2,000 square foot. No.
So how do you
Yeah.
do you have a whole team that help you prepare everything, like, or you do this by yourself?
I
Because you
started
do a
off
lot
by
of
my
orders.
I started off by myself, but I do have a team of 5 to help me. Nobody does the product itself but me, though. The team simply does the labeling. They do like the packaging setup for delivery. But when it comes to making all that stuff you see, yeah, I'm the only one. I like it that way because I want to be the only person that touches the product. I don't like a lot of hands touching my stuff, and
Right,
I treat everybody's stuff the way I would want my stuff treated. One hand. You know how they say in a drumline, one band, one sound, one
right,
hand. That's
right.
it. This is my hands are touching your products. That way I don't have to try to double back behind anybody to figure out if they did it in the same manner that I would of excellence that I would like it done in. I know how I can do it,
Right.
so
Do
I
you do
just
you
do it.
how do you deliver? Is it mail dropped or
Well, we ship, we deliver FedEx, UPS, DHL, however you need it delivered. We deliver it preferably through priority or overnight to ensure its freshness. It is delivered on 8 to 10 pounds of ice, to ensure that it's nice and cold, like when you get it and it's completely fresh. It is delivered in like custom bags. Everybody gets you have the compassion moss bag,
yes,
but
I do.
for those who've had shipments, they know what I mean when they say they get a whole nother
Yeah,
experience.
I got two
They get
bags over here.
they get who's in the kitchen? Who's in the kitchen right now? Hello? I'm trying to get somebody. William. Okay, give me one of those bags over there that we ship out with, please. Give me one of the red bag that we ship out with, please. I just want to give you
And then we
an
have
idea.
this little handy bag right here.
Yeah, that's the local deliveries.
That's the local
Local,
delivery. I got the
bring me
local.
that. Yes, local deliveries. local deliveries go out in that. But if someone is getting, like a regular delivery, depending on, I just want to show you, because I always think about these things. Um, this
Keep it
is the,
refrigerated?
yeah, it's like it has its own. I just want to show you. Hold on a minute. Like, there we go. Oh, I'm over here. I'm like, okay, that's why I'm a little retarded on this. Okay, so this is the cooler, like
Nice.
that. And it's a regular. It looks like that, and this comes out. Like, I don't know if you can see. This comes out of here.
Okay.
So when they get it, when they get the package, they pull that whole thing out. They don't have to worry. Like, I think about everything, about the product getting wet. I think about the quality assurance of everything. Like when you receive it, in your hand, you don't want a whole bunch of water all over your hand and stuff like that. So the way I package it within the package. So when you pull it out, it's dry. It's ready to go just for placement. You ain't got to wipe it all down and try to figure it out and everything. And, it's put on ice, and it's sent to you promptly, and I always thank the customers, for their support, their willingness to support, small business, and I take,
I
like
know
I
you
said, I
do.
take the whole process very serious.
And I know you take it seriously because you travel far and wide, and you made a house delivery to me, and that's how I got my drink right
Yeah.
here. You know,
House deliveries literally go from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, all the way down to
you
North
go to Atlantic
Brentwood,
City. Do you go
Maryland.
far as the Atlantic City area?
We go all the way as far as North Brentwood, Maryland.
What to where to Maryland?
Yeah. Yep.
And these are the ones
Maryland.
that you deliver yourself.
Yeah, that I've delivered myself. I've delivered as far as like Bridgeport, Connecticut, North Brentwood, Maryland, College Park, Maryland, all over Maryland, Philly. Like we have such a influx of customers between Maryland, Delaware. Shout out to Delaware. They big in customers out there, but
Wow.
Delaware, Philly, Sicklerville, New Jersey, Atlantic City, New Jersey, all down there, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, Mount Arlington, New Jersey, like, and these are regular subscribers, like regular weekly subscribers.
Right.
Indianapolis, Indiana, Greensboro, North Carolina is like completely on the map. I'm literally getting ready to do a pop-up down there because they show so much
Really?
regular love.
Oh wait,
For
where
North
at?
Carolina, South Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina.
All my family's in Greensboro. I'm about to tell them that you're coming down there.
Yeah, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Like, so much love come from North Carolina and South Carolina. Like, huge shout out. Like, I have a large clientele base out of North Carolina, and they actually like pay the shipping without murmuring or complaining or anything. They just happy to get the product and for what it does for them. Like, and it's amazing to have that kind of love and support. Like I said, with no internet, just word of mouth. This is just what God is doing, and it's marvelous and in my eyes, because I'm just watching it
Wow.
unfold.
So I know you have the unique names for the different the drinks. Like you have papaya the Cellar Man. This is
Yep.
the green juice. And then you have banana Fanta over here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you come up with those names? What, like, the kids help you come up with the names, or just something you just like?
Like, it was like, honestly, everything was on the fly because the ginger shots took off, and I kept saying I was going to introduce juice. And my clients were so excited with the other products. They like, hurry up and do the juice. I can't wait. When you do it, I'm going to order it, and this, that, and other. And these were juices that I've already made before, but they never had a name. So I had to give them a name. And immediately, I'm a little bit of a comedian. So anybody that knows, I'm not a professional or nothing, but, I'm the person that make the family laugh a lot. And so when I saw Carrot, I said, you know what? I'm going to play on Carrot. We just going to go Karate Kid. Like, like, and so I went with the carrot juice and called it Karate Kid. And then, with Blueberry, I thought about Blueberry Hill, like the song. So I just, I found a friend on Blueberry Hill. So I called it Blueberry Hill. And then Apple a Day, because it has so many different cold pressed apples. Like, I was like, I wonder what apple juice on steroids would taste like, and not
Apple
like
juice on steroids.
steroids. Right, because that's what apple a day is. Apple a day is a jazz apple, it's a Honeycrisp apple, it's a Fiji apple, it's a it's the Gala apple, it's the Macintosh apple, it's the Red Delicious. It's over 9 types of apples, cold pressed down into apple juice, and I call it apple a day. So I was like, because apple a day keep the doctor away. So
Right.
that's how I came up with apple a day. And orange juice for me is one of my most favorite. Anybody that knows me know I'm obsessed with orange juice. So I call orange juice Orange You Glad, because I'm always glad when I got me a glass of
Wow.
orange juice. So or that's how Orange You Glad got its name. So that's the orange juice. Go Green is because it just has so many different greens. It's packed with everything from soursop to pineapple. Then it's got the red chard, the Swiss chard, the kale, you name it, the spinach, everything is in there. And so it's like, but it's so nice and tasty and sweet that it's like, for everybody that thought they couldn't drink a vegetable drink, they love Go Green. Like, they really, like, it's one of my favorites. But it's really,
How
really
long
good.
does this, like, is there an expiration date on the juices, or even the sea
Um,
moss?
Certain ones last a little longer than the others, like Go Green and Strawberry Fields. Shout out to me, because Strawberry Fields is named after my last name, but that's how that name came about. um but like Strawberry Fields and Go Green, those can last for maybe about 9 days. I typically try to tell the clients to drink it within 4 to 5 days, so you really taste that fresh, crisp taste that is meant to come from it, and that the minerals and the vitamins don't dissipate, within a product, because over a period of time it loses its strength. So I try to encourage them to drink it within 4 to 5 days. But Go Green and Strawberry Fields can last a week. Blueberry Hill is a little more precious because it has rose raspberries, which that can dissipate within about 3 days. Banana Fanta, the bananas get brown and stuff like that, so that's another thing that dies off soon. So those are like a 3-day drink. Mocha Choco Chocolate, which is a protein, that's a week. Harambe vanilla protein,
Wait a minute,
that's
so
a
how
week.
many flavors do you have?
It's 16 flavors.
Got to be more careful.
Yes,
So,
16 flavors.
wow, so you
Hmm.
stay busy. So what is your
Oh
best
yeah.
seller right now?
The top sellers are Strawberry Fields, Go Green, Papaya the Stella Man, Give Me a Beat, and Karate Kid. Those are like, without a doubt, like, and Blueberry Hill. I can't leave out Blueberry Hill. But it's really, honestly, we had came to a point when in the board meeting where we were discussing just kind of limiting it to like 6 juices a week, but I literally do 10 flavors a week, literally, no matter what. I say no and be like, we're not gonna do this one this week, but I end up like, because I want the client happy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're trying to order their favorite, and what may be my favorite is not their favorite. So I
Wow.
try to be accommodating, and especially because I have regular subscribers that order, so they're accustomed to ordering their particular favorite flavor. So I'll make those accommodations. So as it stands, we do 10 flavors a week, like literally.
Wow. So how can just so those who will be watching this and reviewing this, how can they get in contact with you to order?
Okay, so they can get in contact with me through Facebook. Let me stand up for a second. Dun dun dun. I gotta walk with me here. Walk with me, walk with me. All right. Yeah. So here we go. Here we go. See, woozy, woozy. So they can get in contact with me. I'm gonna do it like this. Do it like this because I'm gonna flip it over. Okay. I'm gonna do one of your numbers. I'm trying to get better with this internet thing. All right. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. There we go.
And
Right.
just in case. Boom. That one's
There
a
we
lot
go.
better,
Right
right?
there.
All right.
So we got it, compassionmoss@gmail.com. We got the phone number at 415-448-7118. You said the home of the pure. So it's $13 for the sea moss and $5 for the natural juices.
Yep.
Those are good prices. I know some people who
Yeah.
charge like $25.
Yeah, definitely. And so that's the whole thing. I'm keeping it affordable. Everybody's like, you should go up, you should charge more, you should do this, you should do that. I hear a lot of that, but I have to do, what spiritually, what I feel led to do. And we're blessed because of it, with a lot of these brands that are charging $25, $35,
They
$45,
fake too.
for the people. The people are not able to heal their whole family,
Right.
off of that price. They can't support as much as they want to. $13, they like, give me 6, give me 8, give me 10. I get people that order like 10 a month, like
Right.
one person that orders like 10 a month. And I have people on a regular, especially shout out to the Hispanic community, because they really go in with ordering. They're like, give me 10, mommy, give me 13. I don't know if they resell it or whatever,
They
but it's
probably
whatever.
do.
Yeah, it's whatever, at that price it's whatever, but they buy it in bulk, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much,
That's great.
so.
So you got, so with everything going on, I just want to transition just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna wrap it up. Now, the COVID, quarantine, everything happened. You've been juicing, like you said, for like 20 years or so. So this is nothing new to you. So you
Right.
educated on this. So how was the grind different? Because you were doing things in the media world, interviewing and doing the television stuff, and you was out there here with the celebrities and interviewing presidents and stuff like. So what if everything opens back up? And are you still gonna do this and go back to
I'm
that?
still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do this. And it is manageable. It's much easier to do this than to run back and forth to New York. While I love New York. While I love New York, I appreciate this period of restoration, and recovery. I appreciate this. I don't like COVID-19, but if this is what it took to slow down and have another opportunity to work on your dreams and manifest the greatness that lives inside of you and find out how great you are, thank you, COVID. I don't expect to say that too often,
Right.
but I mean, me and my cousin had a joke like COVID millionaires, because it was like, wow, like who knew that right within your own walls, everything you need, God has already provided. Who knew? Like one video sparked this kind of wealth. And I can't even explain to you. People be like, "Oh, you dumb for making it that cheap." You have no idea. Like, no idea. No idea. No idea at all. Like how wonderful this, how much of a benefit of generational wealth that could come from this. Like, it's amazing. Like, it is amazing. I'm satisfied,
So
because I don't
are
have
your
to.
sons on the board as well?
Yes.
So
Yes.
they know the process. So basically, it's a family business at this point.
Yes. We Will and Jada in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Not the
So,
Will and Jada, not the entanglements.
no, we're not entangled though. We're not entangled. we just meaning, like, I'm
It's like
teaching them the whole
right,
entrepreneurial side of business and keeping that wealth in house. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, rather than outsourcing, when you can make your whole family come up. And this is an opportunity to really make the whole family come up in a beautiful way. And like I said, without extorting the people, but being a blessing to the people, and the people being a blessing to you. I never received so much tips in my life. I was a waitress at one point. I never got so many tips, and I never looked at that aspect, but it's so many people, they show so much love, and the love they give me, I give it right back to them, like every week, just right back to them. I'm happy to see every client, every new customer, every new face. I'm thankful for it, because it could be nobody. Nobody could be here, but the way that God shows out every week blows my mind. Every new customer coming, every recurrent customer coming, that's a testament to, like, really, really great customer service. And it's essential to me that customer service be like number one at all times, with them. I even had somebody say, "You forgot something," and I added an extra, like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I forgot it, but guess what, I'm gonna throw this in too, like, in matter of fact, you could try this too."
Right.
They like, "Man, I love your customer service," because it's all about, keeping them happy. No, you can't please everybody, but you could do your very best, to serve the community in such a pleasant way that word, because nothing's better than another referral. Like, I get people to say, "I so and so bought from me, she referred me to you," and like I said, this is all word of mouth. This is all word of mouth where how this thing has blown up throughout the shout out to the black owned New Jersey group that just be blowing me up. Like, you know, and I'm in so many other groups that constantly blow me up. And shout out to
Are you
everybody
talking
that
on
shares.
Facebook, right?
Yeah, and Facebook, the Facebook community, they crazy about me. They share everything, man. Every time I turn around, they tag me. I'm like, yo, thank y'all for that love, man. Like, thank you so much because I would not have otherwise known about it. I just be in my little cocoon waiting, you know, waiting on people to order, and you know, they come in, and you know, round about the cutoff is always 6:30 Thursday night, but they usually start about 6:41. Like, hey, I don't know if it's too late to order, you
Right.
know. So we be on CP time. I guess they on Pacific time. They ain't on Eastern Standard. So,
Wow.
you know, I give them that extra hour, you know.
Wow. So I mean, I'm glad for your success and everything you're going on. What I'm gonna
Yeah,
do is I'm gonna have we're gonna be having a health segment on RC9 interview soon, and I want you to be one of the persons that we chime in with, because I
yeah,
know
definitely.
you have so many stories alone dealing with health, and uh, in those areas that you could definitely chime in on and share with the people. We didn't get to it in this three part interview, but I think it's a time and a place for everything, and I definitely would like to have you on that if you would like to accept.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll definitely come back and thank you so much, you know, for having me. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for the
You
opportunity. Like I told you, I'm always the person interviewing other people,
right?
and it's a blessing to be interviewed. So, you know, it's cool.
Wow,
Thank you so
no
much.
problem. Thank you so much, and y'all don't forget to go get them books. So the two books, one The Power of Forgiveness, and the other one is called
If you could give it up, you can have it all.
If you give it up, you have it all, and they're available on Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, and everywhere you can buy a book, pretty much.
Yes.
So there,
Yeah.
Chanel,
Yep.
Phil, thank you so much. Hit her up for your CMOS, all your juicing needs and everything. CompassionMoss
Yep.
at gmail.com. We're gonna post that information on our Instagram and then also YouTube links I'm gonna send to you. So I want to thank you for your time and just this marathon of an interview here with me.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
And I wish all of the much success for you, health and wellness to you and your family. And we'll be in contact with you, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, RC9 interviews part 3 with Chanel Fields. It's come to a close. She gave some great information. Make sure y'all check out, follow her on Instagram, Chanel Fields, INC. This is RC9 Interviews. Good night and God bless.